Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Oha Cade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Valcata, and this is part 2 of the Epica Aspiral reaction. If you missed part 1, a link to part 1 is in the description. Let's not waste any more time and get right into Metanoia and New Age Dawns part 8. This is a gorgeous intro. This actually is the longest song on the album, is it not? Second longest, okay. Wrapping up a little bit. Straight into it. A very funky riff. Ooh, what a transition. Love someone hanging out in that register. Easy to bop along to this. And I love this pre-chorus of the choir. That chorus is really epic. Some of their progressions and their proggy parts in this album are just mind-blowing. One piece of criticism, I feel a lot of their verses in recent years follow a similar pattern, a similar mode. Now here we have a gradual mode shift towards the chorus, and those little filler melodies, the na 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 na, a little bit overused in their music, but I'm always looking forward to these beautiful melodic choruses. You know, this is what the song is all about for me, what we're listening to right now. Simone is killing it on this album. Maybe one of her strongest vocal performances on a studio recording in years. I love Isaac's solos, they're so musical. They're not just shredding, there's a great bit of melody in them. I actually love Mark's harshes here too. Loved that little transition. Mark's sense of rhythm and groove is really underrated. That's an adorable little outro there. Really cute idea. That was a strong one. That was a strong one. I think I still prefer some of the tracks towards the beginning of the album, but that actually was the strongest song in a while. Next is T.I.M.E. We have a waltz here. Here's that similar verse pattern again that I was talking about. It's the badass riffs against Simone's voice, but I feel there's a bit of a disconnect between the two elements. Even this sounds way better to me. There's some really cool creative parts in this track, but I feel they're offset by these more typical, generic parts, like this verse. I love this pre-chorus though. Another somewhat disjointed song, in my opinion. Like, some really cool moments. I'm just a little unsure of how the parts fit together. Like, I love this part right here. Love that dissonance. This part is actually quite gorgeous. The melodic riffs, the halftime. It does feel like time. Mark's harsh vocals are well mixed on this album. They're a little farther back in the mix than usual, and that's just perfect. I'm not crazy about this chorus. It's weird, and I appreciate that. And I can't fault Simone's vocal performance, right? That part is really cool too. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. See how the Apparition is. This is a promising intro. You can really hear that bass growling underneath. That's a nice little melody there. Okay. This song is pretty good. This one might be a standout. That was a really cool chorus. Quite emotional sounding. I love the use of the piano here for texture as well. Great song, great song. Ooh, this riff. Wow. This song is strong because it is quite smooth. All the parts transition into each other quite well. It has its own atmosphere. Very steady groove the whole way through. Bringing this chorus back. This is perfection. This is what they're really good at. Ah, the offset kicks. That song was sick. That was a big standout on the album. Hopefully we get more of that. This is Eye of the Storm next. Third last track. I'm so sad that I'm this far into it already. Quite a triumphant intro here. I like that we're starting off with Mark here for this song. Bit of a power metal influence in this one. I'm a little undecided. It's fine. Kind of feels like a song that would belong more to a typical power metal band. I really associate Epica with more sophisticated songs than this. That sounds terrible. But you know what I mean, like, it's a cute song, it's melodic, it's catchy, but maybe missing that trademark Epica sophistication. And it's fine to go this direction for one track. I actually quite like this verse here with Simone's vocals and that bouncy riff. But you know, in the eye of the storm, it's a bit of a predictable hook, you know. Just not my thing personally, but I'm glad for anyone who loves this catchy track. The instrumental parts on this album are just next level, actually. See, the instrumental sounded like a totally different song to me. I'd love to have the energy of that instrumental manifest in a full song. I dare say this might be my least favorite track on the album. Kinda doesn't sound like them. And who am I to tell them what they sound like? I'm just kind of spitballing, you know? But I mean, I always loved Simone's vocals, and she absolutely killed it in that song. Especially towards the end there. Beautiful trills and runs. We're just blessed to listen to that voice. Okay, the Grand Saga of Existence. A New Age Dawns Part 9. I was reading a theory that the Grand Saga of Existence, that title might be a tribute to The Greatest Show on Earth by Nightwish, because it's like the same abbreviation. I think that's quite likely, actually. But let's see how it goes. Got the sound of the wildlife already. Okay, another clue to that theory. Ooh, this is a beautiful string part. Almost like a Jurassic Park moment. Here we go. And this transition is missing that beautiful emotion from the intro. This choir part is fun though. Very reminiscent of Kingdom of Heaven. Part 1. I really like the chorus. There's a tendency to break up the beautiful melody and emotion with like filler Phrygian riffs, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But now that we're back into the melody, I'm quite happy. Alright, back in business with this part. Gorgeous. Very harsh tonal transition. This album is reminding me a little bit of Requiem for the Indifferent. You know? Getting a bit random with it. Even though this is pretty sick. Very well executed. And actually, this mode here is more melodic. It's pretty cool. Back in the Phrygian here. I keep saying this, a little bit disjointed, you know. Each song has like some gorgeous moments, but those moments are offset by odd transitions into parts that sound kind of unrelated to my ears. Like, give me more of this right here. See, they know what they're doing. You know? Like, they know what they're doing. Like, the end of that song was so stunning. So stunning. Why interrupt it with tonally inconsistent bits? Strange. Enjoyable. But here we are with the last song, Aspiral. I have heard this song once, live, the symphonic synergy, and I know the general gist of this one. It's slower build. Let's see how it sounds second time round as a studio version. Oh yeah, I remember this atmospheric intro. Love this atmosphere. It's kind of X-Files-y, and I think that's intentional. It's giving, like, floating through empty space. I like how it doesn't go towards an immediate predictable build. We kind of pull back the energy a bit into the spoken word part.
There's nobody as powerful in the whole universe as human beings. We make ourselves what we are. what you like to do. Start playing piano with your 2 fingers, and you play marvelously. Only you can create yourself. Don't believe in anybody else but yourself. Sit down and make yourself.
Really pretty sound design on this song.
It depends on you.
The actual sounds of the sounds that you're hearing. Unusual song structure for them, which I love. I'm actually hearing even more experimentation in this ballad than I am in some of the heavier tracks. Yeah, I love how it's just like we're getting larger and larger. And Simone's beautifully performed verse at the start was just kind of a linear story. Now we're just really rising into the heavens. So pretty. That is also a stunning ending to that track. I love that. Really, really gorgeous, really beautiful. So the album ends quite strongly with Aspiral, the title track. So now that we've completed all the songs, I'd like to give my overall thoughts on this new album. So I'm not gonna lie, before I did this reaction, I did see some comments online here and there, reactions from fans on social media and Reddit and stuff. I did notice that the reaction was a bit mixed as a whole. It could just be in the places I go online. It did seem a bit mixed overall, but you know, I decided, look, let's listen ourselves and form our own opinion, because you can never really rely on reactions online to tell you how to feel about the music that you listen to. So I went into this with a very open mind, especially since the songs that I heard live at Symphonic Synergy I really enjoyed, as I did in this particular reaction, those songs being Arcana and Aspiral. I gotta be honest and say, there's only a few tracks here that feel like complete to me as units in their own right. And throughout every song, there are some really great moments of emotion and musicality and tenderness and power, but for some reason those moments aren't capitalized throughout the rest of the composition. There is a great tendency towards immediate mode shifts, immediate shifts in atmosphere, tempo, and this isn't a new thing for them. Like I said, this style of songwriting goes all the way back to Requiem for the Indifferent, but when they get crazy with the progginess like that, it can get a bit much when it compromises the integrity of the song that's built around the progginess. And when I'm listening to the progressive parts, I'm super into them. I'm like, well, this is so sick, this is really technical, I'm headbanging, and then the song goes back to like something super tender, like really abruptly. And I'm like, oh, actually, I really love this tender part too, but like, I'm not feeling the connection between those two parts, you know? So that is a general issue I have with these new songs, with this album. I feel like almost every song, not every song, to an extent, suffers from that. In my opinion, again, this is just my own taste. And I felt similarly about the album Omega. In fact, the albums The Quantum Enigma and The Holographic Principle had that perfect balance of keeping the identity of the song intact while also switching things up and getting crazy with it at just the right moments. In this album, I feel we're getting a little too crazy. I'm losing a little bit of what makes each individual song stand out because there's so many abrupt transitions. I guess you could make that argument for any prog album in existence, but I've always felt that Epica are above that. I don't feel like I'm wording this very well. I'm sounding way harsher than I intend to be because there's some outstanding, beautiful, majestic music on this album. Darkness Dies in Light is absolutely phenomenal. Perfection, I would say. I love Apparition. I love Arcana, Cross the Divide, Aspiral, and I actually quite enjoyed Metanoia too. And I pretty much said my favorite songs in order there. The closer we got to the end of that list, the less I immediately loved them. And it could also be the case that, you just need multiple listens. And of course, I'm going to be abusing this album, spamming it, and seeing how I feel about it over time. And I just have to reiterate that the binding force that kept it all together and was consistently enjoyable throughout was Simone's vocals. Absolutely the star of the show on this album, as she has been for pretty much almost every album. She's always giving us new, memorable, heart-wrenching moments to enjoy, and this album is no exception. And there's no disappointments there. Her voice is just getting better and better and better, and it's an amazing thing to listen to and witness live. And I'm so grateful that I saw that amazing show in Mexico. Let me know what you thought of this album and of my analysis. That about concludes my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. Again, my name is Ohak Cade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Valcata. You can check out our music in the description. There's also a link to my full reaction database spreadsheet if you're curious about all of the other music I've covered on the channel. Other than that, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.